Welcome to Christiana Pranayama, where the threefold path of mental, physical, and spiritual mastery intersect. Today's yoga class is all about the full moon in Leo. As a fixed fire sign, Leo is characterized by its steadfastness, passionate nature, and a strong sense of self-expression, embodying the kingly qualities of creativity and leadership. We will be exploring these themes today with a guided meditation and yoga sequence based on the conquering lion. Towards the end of class, we will learn a pranayama technique called lion's breath. And finally, we'll end the class with suggestions on how you can invoke more Leo energy into your everyday life. Grab a seat on your mat and let's get started. Harnessing the power of the full moon in Leo will help you to tap into your creative potential, boost your self-expression, and cultivate a strong sense of personal power. Let's open class with an Om to soothe our vagus nerve and activate our parasympathetic nervous system, followed by a minute of silence to tap into our breath, into our bodies, into our mat, and into presence. Deep inhale in. Imagine yourself in a clearing at night, and in the center of this clearing is a peaceful pond, its surface reflecting the gentle glow of the moon above. As you stand by this pond, notice the tranquility of the surroundings. The air is calm, and the moonlight creates a sense of serenity. Take a moment to absorb the peace that envelops you. As you stare into the moonlit waters, you notice a large presence next to you. You can hear its deep breath and feel its body heat radiating onto you. The energy from this beast grows, and you can sense pure strength, grace, and a warm, inviting energy. You shift your gaze from the pond to this creature, and you see that it is a lion glowing in the moonlight. As you notice it, it looks at you with a calm demeanor, inviting you to connect with it. Feel a sense of trust and comfort. This lion is here to guide and integrate within you, bringing forth your own innate qualities of courage, passion, and self-expression. Kneel down and press your forehead against the mane of this kingly creature. With each breath, allow the lion's energy to merge with yours. Feel its presence within you, a powerful force that aligns you with your inner strength and creativity. As the lines between yourself and the lion begin to blur, you begin to sense a newfound confidence and assertiveness growing within you. Embrace the warmth of this inner fire, igniting a passion for life and self-discovery. Picture yourself now embodying these qualities of the lion, your veins pumping with golden light. You feel confident, courageous, and ready to express your true self. You can now look back up into the sky at the enormous full moon. You see threads beginning to come out of the moon and connect to your chest. Golden threads of light. As you breathe, the moon continues to pour its energy into you. Take a few more deep breaths, feeling the golden courage deepening within your being. With each exhale, release any lingering tension or doubt, allowing the lion's energy to shine brightly within. When you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. Feel into your sit bones. Sense the air around you. Flutter open your eyes, carrying the strength and courage of the integrated lion within you. Beautiful work. Meet me in Tadasana at the center of the mat, facing the long edge for a Vinyasa moon flow. Inhale and lift your arms overhead, palms facing each other. Exhale, bend to the right side. Deep inhale into the left side body. Exhale, bring it all back to center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale into the right side body. Exhale, back to center. Jump the feet out about 3 feet apart from each other. Bend the knees into goddess pose, cactusing the arms. Move side to side here, opening up the hips. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms to 5-pointed star pose. Exhale, pivot the left foot out to the front of the mat. And stretch your left hand all the way out to the side, bringing it down onto the toes for triangle pose to the left. Right arm up in the air. Then pivot the body to the left side so that your hips are squared off. Going to inhale the spine straight, nice and long. Exhale, fold over the leg. And now inhale, bend the left knee, bringing the arms up into the air for a low lunge pose, Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale, pivot the body to Skandasana. Left knee is still bent, right leg straight. And then move to Skandasana onto the other side so that the right knee is bent. Pivot the body to look over that right knee for a low lunge with the right knee in front. Inhale. Tuck the left toes, straighten out the right leg. Fold over that straightened right leg for a pyramid pose to the right. Then pivot the body, open up the hips. Bringing those left fingertips up for a pyramid pose. Use an inhale to come back up to standing. And then bend the knees back into goddess pose, cactusing the arms. Step or jump your feet back together. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale into the left side body. Exhale back to center. Inhale, spine straight, arms lengthening up. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale into the right side body. Exhale back to center. Inhale the arms up, spine straight. Exhale, palms through prayer, heart center, Tadasana. Close down the eyes. Feel into the body. Beautiful. Flutter open the eyes. Heel toe the feet about 1.5 feet apart from each other. We're going down into garland pose, toes pointing outward, pushing the elbows against the knees, palms in prayer at heart center. Breathe here, trying to open the chest and bring those hips down to the floor. You can look up with the eyes to the ceiling if you'd like. Beautiful. Coming to sit on your mat, bring the soles of your feet together, knees outward, Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. You can either flutter the legs here, or you can keep it more passive and breathe into the opening in the hips. And then easy twist to the right, bringing your left hand onto the outside of your right knee. Right hand behind you, looking over your right shoulder. Breathe, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist a little more. Breathe in, lengthen the spine, crown shines to the ceiling. Exhale, one more twist, looking with the eyes as far behind you as you can. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go, come back to center. We'll twist to the other side. Right hand on the outside of the left knee. Left hand behind you, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, spine straight, crown shining to the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, spine straight, crown shining. Exhale, twist to the left, looking behind you with your eyes as far as you can. One more inhale here. Exhale, let it go back to center. Slight counter twist to the right, just to even it out. And then forward fold in butterfly pose. Your hands can either be holding onto your ankles or out in front of you. Trying to let everything go here, no tension. Push yourself back up into a seat and grab onto your big toes or your ankles. And you're going to open up your legs into an upward seated straddle pose. Trying to balance on your sit bones. Looking with the eyes up to the ceiling. One more deep inhale in. Exhale, let the legs fall down to the mat. Meet me in staff pose, Dandasana. Bringing your hands behind you, just about a foot. Putting the soles of your feet onto the mat, knees up on the ceiling. Reverse tabletop. Breathe those hips up to the ceiling. You can let the head fall back if that feels okay for your neck. One more inhale here, pushing those hips up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hips back onto the mat. Going to bring that left ankle on the outside of your right hips. And bring your right ankle on the outside of your left knee. We're going to twist to the right, half Lord of the Fishes pose. You can either hold on to your right knee with your left hand, or you can tuck your left elbow on the outside of that right knee to help you push back a little more. One more deep breath here. Exhale, bring it back to center, and then stack that right knee on top of the left for a cow face pose, Gomukhasana. And you can wrap the left arm over the right arm for eagle arms, and bend forward any amount. Breathing into your back, into your spine. Beautiful. Come back up to a seated position. Let the arms go. And then you're going to switch legs so that your right ankle is on the outside of your left hip and your left ankle is on the outside of your right knee. You can either grab that left knee with your right hand or tuck your right elbow onto the outside of the left knee and twist to the left side. Beautiful. Unwind back to center and stack that left knee on top of the right. And then we'll eagle arms with the left underneath the right this time. Bending forward any amount, breathing into your upper back, into your lumbar. Beautiful. Come back up to a seated position, unwind everything. Keeping your feet where they are, you're going to use your hands to untwist halfway in the mat so that you end up in a standing wide-legged pose facing the other side of your mat. Your feet should be about 3 to 4 feet apart from each other. Outer blades of the feet parallel, so the toes are kind of pointing in a little bit. And then you're going to forward fold for an intense leg stretch pose, Prasarita Padottanasana. You can clasp the fingers behind you to help open up the shoulders, or you can place your left hand down on the ground, lifting the right arm up for a twist. Switching to the other side. If you have headstand in your practice and you are not on your monthly cycle, go ahead and do that now. We'll be here for about 30 seconds. If you are in headstand, slowly come back down, keeping those legs nice and wide. You're going to slowly roll up to standing again, pushing those hips out, and then coming back to center in mountain pose. If you can, close down the eyes, feel how the body feels. Beautiful. Standing up at the front of your mat, you're going to inhale into chair pose. And then as slow as you can, you're going to bring your seat down, 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 lifting up the heels of your feet so that you're balancing on your toes. You can bring your hands together at heart center. Hold it for just a moment. And then bring your butt out onto the mat. We're going into a boat pose. You can either have your legs straight or your knees bent, arms parallel to the outside of your shins. Slowly, you're going to come down onto your back to a canoe pose, half boat pose, and let it all go. Beautiful. Bring the soles of your feet onto the mat so that your knees are facing the ceiling. We're going into bridge pose here. Arms straight alongside you. And then push into the mat with your heels so that your hips rise up to the ceiling, scooching your shoulder blades together. One more inhale, bring those hips high up to the ceiling. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae on the exhale, let your back come back down to the mat. Bend your knees, grab onto the outside of your feet if you can. If you can't, just the backs of your thighs is fine. We're going into happy baby pose and Ananda Balasana. And let your feet go, bringing the soles of your feet back to the mat. We're going into a supine spinal twist to the right. Let your knees fall off to the right, looking over your left shoulder. And then twist to the other side, bringing your knees to the left, looking over the right shoulder. Beautiful. Meet me in Shavasana, lying flat on your back, arms at your sides, palms facing up. Shut down the eyes and let go of any controlled breathing. Feel yourself sink into the mat and slowly begin to scan down your body from your head to your toes, relaxing anything you discover that's holding on to tension. Invite in a deep inhale. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, circling out the wrists and the ankles. Stretch your arms above your head and zip up your legs together for a full body stretch. Roll over to one side and curl tightly into fetal position. Give thanks for 3 things you're grateful for. Using your top hand, push yourself up into a comfortable seated position, eyes remaining closed if possible. Bring your hands together in prayer at heart center, and we'll seal our practice together with an Om. Deep inhale in. Today's pranayama practice is called Lion's Breath, which technically is an asana, but today it's going to be our pranayama practice. So traditionally, Lion's Breath is done in lion's pose. From a kneeling position, you cross your right ankle on top of the left and sit back with your right heel on the perineum. With that said, Lion's Breath can also be performed cross-legged, in half lotus and thunderbolt hero's pose, or even in a chair. From your seated position, You can choose to fix your gaze either towards your third eye, which is between your eyebrows, the tip of your nose, or up towards the ceiling. Just a soft gaze here, nothing too intense. So after you've found a comfortable seated position, I want you to place your hands on your knees or on the floor. If they're on the floor, point the fingertips in towards themselves. Spread the fingertips wide like lion's claws. Lean the upper body forward slightly. Inhale through your nose with your mouth closed. And then open your mouth wide and stick out your tongue as much as you can, curling it down towards your chin, crossing the eyes, and exhale forcefully with a ha sound, feeling the breath come from deep within and passing across your entire tongue. Keep the tongue out for the entire exhale and don't be afraid to get loud. Relax your face and take a few normal breaths, closing down the eyes before doing another lion's breath. We're going to repeat this 3 more times. Inhale through the nose, open the mouth, stick out the tongue, open the eyes, crossing them. Close the eyes, close the mouth, breathe normally. Once more, deep inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue, open the eyes, crossing them. Close the mouth, close the eyes. Couple normal breaths. One more time, deep inhale in. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue, open the eyes, crossing them. Close the eyes, close the mouth. If you were to practice this at home, you can do 4 to 6 breaths, and you would change the position, the crossing of your legs. But for today's purposes, we are done here. So once these repetitions are complete, we're going to breathe deeply in and out through the nose. And when you do this at home, make sure that you give yourself about a minute's break afterwards. Beautiful work today. For the rest of this week, I want you to practice lion's breath in the shower or first thing in the morning, just 4 to 6 rounds. As you come up against difficult situations this week, I would like for you to ask yourself, what would a lion do? And what would a lion not tolerate any longer? Feel into your heart center and know that nothing can touch you there. You are sovereign. Seek out the people who make your heart sing and the places where you feel like a natural leader. Don't be afraid to express your romantic nature, step up your fashion sense, and pursue things that fill you with childlike wonder. I would love to hear about your week in the comments below. If you enjoyed this class, let me know by clicking the thumbs up button below. And if you want to keep up with these esoteric yoga sessions, be sure to subscribe to this channel for a new video every Monday at 8 a.m. I'd like to invite you to join my exclusive and free group for spiritual seekers. The link is in the description, along with several other links you might find interesting. Thank you for joining me in this full moon Leo practice. Happy moon magicking. Namaste.